lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well. Hello. To you, and you welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. It is 6 o'clock on the dot, 2 minutes after 6 o'clock, actually. Welcome in, glad to have you here. It's day 5 of the Megan Thee Stallion Milagro Gramz trial coverage. Of course, we've been covering it since the very beginning, and I cannot wait to see how this is going to go. Like I said, clap it up for the victory in advance, because my Lord Jesus, you cannot just do what you want to do and not feel like there's no consequences coming with it. So with that being said, higher is waiting, lower is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is hey, everybody, welcome in. I hope all is well for each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do, everybody. Yes, indeed. So we're going to kick it off with Megan Knuff. As y'all know, she has been on the ground in Miami, making it do what it do. Also, I believe Lamar Wiggins is also in Miami. He is live right now on YouTube. I'm sure M. Esquire has went live as well. Anybody is talking about this, because it's a huge deal. All right, here we go. Megan Thee Stallion, or we're calling her Megan Pete Thompson, okay? We ain't calling her Megan Pete Lee, okay? You know, although it has a nice ring to it, we're rooting for Clay and Megan, okay? Megan Thee Stallion testifies about Tory Lanez powing and sued streamers online vitriol. Megan will return to the Miami Federal Courthouse on Friday for more cross-examination. So here it is here. Miami rapper Megan Thee Stallion testified Thursday that she's suing an online commentator for defamation because I'm tired of her carrying on this narrative that I'm such a bad person and I would lie to put as a man in jail. I don't like the way she speaks about me, my family, my friends, my fans. Megan said, I really don't like the way that she made everybody go watch a very disgusting fake pornographic video of me. Megan, a 30-year-old Miami resident, will return to the witness stand Friday morning in a federal trial that alleges Houston, Texas-based online streamer Milagro Cooper defamed her and intentionally inflicted emotional distress on her by coordinating with rapper Tory Lanez, who's serving a 10-year prison sentence for powering Megan in 2020. A third claim alleges Milagro promoted a digitally altered sexual depiction of Megan, in which could be the first judicial test of a Florida law enacted last year. Megan's lawyers played the video during opening statements on Monday, which she testified was really embarrassing to have to look at a bunch of people you don't know see in a position like that. Like, I know it's not me, but being in front of everybody else and they have to watch it, it's really embarrassing, she testified, tearing up. She learned of the video from her friend Travis Ferris shortly after it surfaced on the internet in June of 2024. My heart just sank. I felt like, here we go, Megan said. She later tearfully recalled, I'm not feeling like existing anymore. I don't want to be here. I'm tired of waking up. I didn't care what happened. I just wanted to delete. myself. I was so tired of being alive, she testified. She cried as she said she thinks Milagro and Lanes wanted her to delete herself. So I can't delete myself because I don't want to give them what they're looking for, she said. She said maybe she's experiencing this pain because there could be another woman that's out there going through that. Could draw courage from seeing her come out the other side. All the things that I went through and I'm still going through hopefully can inspire other women to want to tell their truth, she testified. As Megan Thee Stallion left the courthouse tonight, Popular and Social One asked what she wants other bloggers to know about their behavior online. Just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean you have the freedom to bully, Megan said. She continues testimony tomorrow.
Megan, what do you want other bloggers to know about their behavior online?
Just because you have freedom of speech, that does not mean you have freedom to bully.
That's right.
Girl, music video back on YouTube.
Love you.
Take care of yourself. Be blessed.
Thank you.
I have to tell you, as much love, grace, and space as Megan is given, Milagro doesn't deserve it. Because Megan said that with such calmness, such pristine energy, and such a just at peace energy with knowing who she is, right? So yes, indeed. By the way, shout out to the 5 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Legal name Megan Pete, 3-time Grammy winner, testified for nearly 3 hours on Thursday, then returned to the witness stand Friday morning for continued cross-examination. During her nearly 2-hour direct exam, she recounted Lane's powering her 5 years ago in his trial, his trial and conviction, and her quickly dashed hope that people will accept his conviction and move on. She differentiated Milagro, who streams online under the names Milagro Gramz and Mobs Radio, from other influencers who criticize her, such as Joe Butt and DJ PD Epidemics, who was greasy with a 15-year-old in a Discord call. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who also had large followings long before Megan was pal. Milagro is somebody who started gang banging and getting attention when she started talking about me. That's the difference. You're the only person who was being a mouthpiece for Tory, she said. She said, seeing Milagro in person for the first time in trial is weird because online I hear her talking about me. I wonder, why does this person feel so strongly about any and everything I do? Seeing her in person, I'm like, wow, we really don't know each other, and you act this way, Megan testified. Megan appeared to speak directly to Milagro, who was sitting at the defense table. You are the only person who for 5 years has been constantly calling me out my name, speaking about my mom, my dad, my grandfather. She said, you're the only person that I saw promoting a veil, telling everybody go to my likes. Sometimes to this day, I feel like a little defeated because she believes Milagro wanted it to be real. Oh, can you imagine, right? You have been drinking your water, minding your black-owned business and being about your purpose, and you are finally in the courtroom with the person who has been bullying you all this time. I can imagine that what she said on the stand was courtroom Megan, or Megan the witness. I believe Megan the Undertaker probably had some more colorful language outside the courtroom that she probably wanted to say to Milagro Gramz. So, yes, indeed. There. Megan's lawyer, Joanna Manillo, an associate of Quinn Emanuel Eckhart and Sullivan LLP in New York, asked Megan to read aloud her post from June 8th of 2024. It's really sick how y'all go out of the way to hurt me when you see me when y'all are going too far. Fake ass shit. Just know today was your last day playing with me, and I mean it. Megan said she decided that day that I was going to sue Milagro. Milagro rants continue. It's the same thing over and over, she said. Manillo played a recording of Milagro saying she heard someone say Megan has a drinking problem and has had to have therapy. Megan says she believes Lanes told Milagro to label Megan alcoholic with a family of alcoholics. Again, I don't know Milagro. Milagro doesn't know me, and a lot of my family is deceased, she said. So why do you sound so sure talking about my family? Megan said Milagro's tweet falsely stating Lane's DNA wasn't on the pal reiterate her belief that the two were working together. She said Lane's court dates were just such a dreadful day for me because I just knew what Tory was doing. people still think that Tory did not POW me because Milagro tweeted that his DNA was not on the POW. That's not true, she said. Megan also testified about seeing Lanes chopping up an apparent horse leg in his Cap music video. I felt like nobody cared that I was POW'd. Everybody was making jokes about it. Everybody is minimizing what happened to me, she said. I'm looking at this video and I'm like, are you saying that you're going to do this to me? Like, are you saying you're going to chop me up? Megan continued. Vanillo displayed Milagro's post. They started, is that a horse leg with a laughing emoji? I looked at it and thought, why does this black lady, think that this is funny that a man is chopping up another black woman? Testify. Why do you think violence against me is funny? Now think about how deep that is, right? That a black woman is laughing at another black woman's pain. And like I said before, imagine, if you will, right? Imagine, if you will, if somebody bullied Milagro Gramz in the same fashion. Imagine somebody did a music video with a horse leg, right? And had, right? Inside the leg, right? Imagine that was her husband's, metaphor of a horse leg. Imagine that was one of her kids' metaphor of a horse leg. So Megan said that because it was to prove the point of, why in the world is this woman standing 10 toes down on being so hateful, spiteful, and vitriolic to me when I've never met this woman before? And see, that's the problem with a lot of content creators. They will do anything for attention, but yet will not have a purpose for themselves. That's why I often say in our anthem, at the end of our anthem, it says, anybody can be a creator, but it takes somebody to be an artist. And I think what happened here with Milagro is she saw an inch and she made it a mile. Little did she know, with great power comes great responsibility, in the words of Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, right? So it is just crazy to me. Like, there's so much to talk about in the world. Like, I do it every day, so it's no problem for me to find something to talk about. But it's like, once you got their attention, did you really think you were going to get the good side of them after you caused all this hell? I mean, you can't ask for construction when you cause destruction. You can't ask for construction when you cause destruction. You cannot ask for construction when you cause all this destruction. Just keep it at a buck. My Lord Jesus. Megan sent herself a screenshot of the video with the horse's leg circled because she was sending stuff she saw online to her manager asking, is this normal? Like, is this okay? Like, what can I do to get him to stop doing stuff like this? Vanillo began the examination by asking Megan about the death of her mother, who Megan described as a really good mom, really good provider. I had a really good childhood. Like, I didn't know we weren't rich when I was little because she just bought me so much, Megan testified. Her mother jumped in to help when she figured out rapping was something I really wanted to do. When I was 18, 19, her mother was hospitalized with a brain tumor in 2019, and Megan had to make a decision what to do with my mom when it became apparent she wanted to regain consciousness. First of all, I still have both my parents. Thank the Lord for that. But from what I have heard from family members and friends, and also too just watching, other people's stories on YouTube and other platforms about losing a parent, it's never easy. Like I told y'all before about my mom and how she lost her only brother. There was a wail that I heard that I never wanted to hear again from her. I literally said that to her. I never want to hear you wail like that again. And when you lose a parent, that well is magnified times a zillion, right? Because that's the person that birthed you in the world. So you think about how many people during COVID had to make that decision, whether that person had COVID or not. Because during COVID, there were a lot of people in hospitals and, nursing homes, which, by the way, if you don't know, today, the 47 administration, the administration that everybody was voted for, they said that nursing is not a professional degree. By the way, shout out to somebody, Millie Chung's comment section, because they said that also social workers and social work is not a professional degree as well. So it's hitting every nerve of society in terms of emotional health and mental health. And so for Megan to make that decision to end her mom's life could not be easy. And like I said before, in nursing homes and also too in hospitals, imagine, going there every day after work, being on constant shifts. And then the doctor comes in and says, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa's not going to make it, or your brother or your sister's not going to make it, what have you. What do you want to do? It's that difficult fight of, do I hold on to the word of God, to the power of God, to the foundation that, through God, all things can be done, will be done, shall be done? Or do I let the person I love go? And that's never easy. It's never easy. That's never an easy decision. So, yeah. Ooh. Later in the exam, Megan teared up as she testified about Milagro saying her mother is a thief and implying her father is on drugs. People know how to upset me because I really, really love my mom. And I'm really still very sensitive about my mom passing away. She testified. She said she never knew her father to use drugs. I only see my dad be a good, strong man. Megan said. Megan said Ferris sending her Bible verse Psalm 69:4 helped her at the time, because she kind of thought, hey, if Jesus be going through this, then I guess I could do it too. But she still felt hopeless. She said therapy has been difficult because I really wasn't receiving what any of the therapists were saying. Fight or flight. And imagine you're in therapy, and like I said, most of her family is deceased. So it's hard to trust anybody. You're in a universe that you never thought could be possible. And you have, not everybody in Hollywood being for you. Some people are more against you behind the scenes than for you in front of your face. And then, of course, you got, the entourage that's wanting you for this, that, and the third. And then you got to put away Megan the Stallion, the persona, and do it Megan Pete, the soul. And I know what a lot of people have been saying recently about celebrity, that, celebrity is, the power of celebrity is dying. People really don't care about celebrities like that. But I can't tell on social media, because people will still follow people and still be in the Instagram, comment section, windmilling hard. I mean, hell, BravoCon just happened, right? So I don't know if celebrity is dying, but I do believe celebrity is evolving. And with that being said, I can imagine that during therapy, she was trying to be open, but because her trauma was in the front of her mind, that's all she could hold on to, because that was the thing that was triggering her the most. Because logically, I know I've been powed. It happened to me. I tried to move on. I knew logistically that the truth was on my side. She said, but seeing social media claiming she lied was difficult. She said the online narratives shifted from stepping on glass to wrestling with empowering herself to Kelsey Harris empowering her. And people only cared about what Megan said, not what she said. Everybody feels like I deserve to get powed because I talk about sex and I twerk and I drink. She said, just all these things have nothing to do with me being powed. And not to mention, too, if you think about the world of female rap, female rappers have taken back to sexuality. So, y'all, really, sincerely, I don't know if y'all know this, but DiGiorno, the DiGiorno commercials that you see on TV, that brand has been around for 500 years. 500 years since 15, let me see something. Because this shocked me when I saw it. Right here. "500 years." Right here. Hang on. Should be coming up. Okay, come on now. There we go. 500 years, right? Which is crazy. And then right here, 1525. From 1525 to 2025. 500 years, okay? So if they were drinking back in the 1500s, you don't think they weren't dancing? You don't think they wasn't having sex back in the 1500s? Come on now. Like, sincerely. No. I don't get people. Like, how does what she does determine if she should be proud of that? That makes no sense at all. That's just like your iPhone going bust. You're going to go whoop ass on the person at the Genius Bar? They can only do so much, right? So, like, come on now. It's ridiculous. She said people still seem to believe that I'm the kind of person who will put somebody in jail on purpose for no reason. That really bothers me, she said. About 75 minutes into her testimony, Megan recounted for Milano how lanes piled her as she walked away from an SUV in the Hollywood Hills area of Los Angeles early on July 12, 2020. She said she and Kelsey were arguing with Lanes when she got out of the car, and Lanes convinced me to get back in the car. I get out the car safe time. As I'm walking away, he pals me, she testified. So you have your back to him, Manilo asked rather. Megan answered. How are you able to know that he was the one that palled you, Manilo asked. I didn't have to turn my whole body around to see Tori. All I had to do was turn my torso, and I saw him with the pal, she said. Did he say anything to you before he shot you, Manilo asked. He said, dance, bitch. Megan answered. Megan recalled just freezing, then looking at her feet, and I saw all the blood and I just dropped to the ground. She said she doesn't remember exactly how it happened, but when I spoke to Kelsey, she said when I spoke to Kelsey, she said he was pulling her hair and punching her. She got back in the car with Lanes because I just wanted him to take me to Ferris. She and Kelsey were freaking out and crying in the car, she said. Tori saying, now please don't say anything. I'll give y'all $1 million. And I'm like, you just palled me. Like, what are we talking about right now? Megan testified. So, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you say to a woman, dance, bitch, and then you expect her to take $1 million and not say shit? Tori, what if somebody palled your sister in the foot? What if somebody palled your mother in the foot? Palled your niece in the foot? Palled your cousin in the foot? Palled your grandmother in the foot? Yeah, I'm going there so we can understand where we're at. I'm going there so we can understand where we're at. I'm going there so we can understand where we're at. Now, of course, Tori will probably be big mad, this, that, and the third. But guess what? If you don't want it done to somebody you care about, don't do it to somebody else. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And not to mention, too, if you didn't do anything wrong, why were you trying to appeal your 10-year sentence if you did nothing wrong? My Lord. Imagine if Tori had kids and somebody palled Tori's daughter in the foot. People are that crazy out here that they will try to take revenge on other people because of what you did. And I'm not wishing that on any of Tori's family members that are women, nor men, nor children, because nobody should be palled in the foot or palled anywhere. Okay? All right. She told police she stepped on glass because I was trying to protect all of us. I was scared that the police might have palled us. Megan testified. She said she wished she told them that night that Lanes palled her. She said she falsely told Gayle King of CBS News that she didn't have sex with Lanes because she was embarrassed. but she testified truthfully during Lane's trial. There are some embarrassing people on the list you slept with, and Tori is my biggest embarrassment. So, of course, I told Gayle King. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Where am I? Okay, there we go. I'm good. There are some embarrassing people on the list that I slept with, and Tori is my biggest embarrassment, rather. So, of course, I told Gayle King, no, I didn't have sex with Tori, Megan said. She says she's no longer friends with Kelsey because Kelsey took a bribe from Tori not to say anything about what happened that night. She said in cross-examination that she and Kelsey never argued about Tori. She said she felt vindicated when Lane was convicted and believed people are going to know that I'm not a liar and not someone who will put an innocent black man in jail. Manila played a recording of Milagro telling PD Epidemics after Lane's trial that the idea that I'm misogynistic and identify more with males because I'm asking for accountability from women and from her reality in particular in this case is ridiculous to me because at the end of the day, accountability does need to be had for the lies that were told. The recording is one of several statements about lies and perjury that are the basis for the defamation claim. Milagro's attorney, Jeremy McLemon, cross-examined Megan for about an hour on Thursday. It will continue Friday at 8 a.m. At the federal courthouse in Miami. I'll have an entire article on the cross layer on Friday. Jurors on Thursday also saw deposition clips from Lane's and his father, and they heard testimony from Milagro's former moderator, who broke down sobbing as he recalled quitting amid mounting online toxicity and differences with Milagro about her direction. I'll have details in the next article. So here is Megan Knuff discussing Megan Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit on MSN.
Joining us now is legal affairs journalist.
News Now, my bad. NBC News Now. Here we go.
Joining us now is legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff. She's been following this trial incredibly closely, and she was in court today. Megan, what did we hear from Megan Thee Stallion in court, and what did you see in terms of just general feel of that hearing and her demeanor?
We heard testimony about what it's been like sitting in the courtroom and hearing these vitriolic rants about her and what it was like to sit there when jurors were shown a really horrible sexually explicit video of her that, of course, is not actually her, but it was a digital alteration to make it look like her. And that's a key part of the case. And there really was just, I think, a tone of everyone kind of hanging on her every word, which is kind of how it goes in a trial when a witness testifies. But she had a real presence in the courtroom, and the jury was definitely, captivated and really interested to hear from her finally after days of testimony and hearing about these things that had happened to her.
Hang on, did I not? Hang on, stop sharing. Sorry, y'all. Remove. All right, let me try that again. Sorry, y'all. Okay, there we go. Let me go back. Because we were, like I said, I don't mind. So I think we were right here. Megan said Ferris sending her Bible verse, Psalm 69:4, helped her at the time because she kind of thought, hey, if Jesus is going through this, I guess I can do it too. But she still felt hopeless. She said therapy had been difficult because I really wasn't receiving any of what the therapists were saying, because logically I know I have been proud. It happened to me. I tried to move on. I knew logically that the truth was on my side. She said, but seeing social media claiming that she lied was difficult. She said the online narrative shifted from stepping on glass to wrestling with a pal and shooting herself to Kelsey Harris palled her, and people only cared about what Lane said, not what she said. Everybody feels like I deserve to get palled because I talk about sex and I twerk and I drink. She said just all these things have nothing to do with being palled. She said people still seem to believe that I'm the kind of person that would put somebody in jail on purpose for no reason. That really bothers me. About 75 minutes into her testimony, Megan recounted from Manila how Lane's palled her as she walked away from an SUV in the Hollywood Hills area of Los Angeles on early on July 12, 2020. She says she and Kelsey were arguing with Lanes. Excuse me, when she got out of the car, and Lanes convicted me to get back in the car. I get out of the car safe time, and as I'm walking away, he pals me. She testified. So you have your back to him. Manilo asked. Yes, Megan answered. How are you able to know that he was the one that palled you? Manilo asked. I didn't have to turn my whole body around to see Tori. All I had to do was turn my torso. I saw him with a pal. She said, did he say anything to you before he palled you? Manilo asked. He said, dance, bitch. Megan answered. Megan recalled just freezing, then looking at her feet. I saw all the blood. I just dropped to the ground. She said she doesn't remember exactly how it happened, but when I spoke to Kelsey, she said he was pulling her hair and punching her. She got back in the car with Lanes because I just wanted him to take me affairs. She and Kelsey were freaking out and crying in the car. She said, Tori is saying, now please don't say anything. I'll give y'all $1 million. And I'm like, you just palled me. Like, what are we talking about right now? Megan testified. She told police that she stepped on glass because I was trying to protect all of us. I was scared that the police might have palled us. Megan testified. She said she wished she told them that night that Lanes palled her. She said she falsely told Gayle King and CBS News that she didn't have sex with Lanes because she was embarrassed, but she testified truthfully during Lane's trial. There are some embarrassing people on the list. There's some embarrassing people on my list that I've slept with, and Tori's my biggest embarrassment. So of course I told Gayle King no, I didn't have sex with Tori. Megan said. She says he's no longer friends with Kelsey because Kelsey took a bribe from Tori to not say anything about what happened that night. She said in cross-examination that she and Kelsey never argued about Tori. She said she felt vindicated when Lanes was convicted and believed that people are going to know that I'm not a liar and I'm not someone who put an innocent black man in jail. Manila played a recording of Milagro telling PD Academics that after Lane's trial that the idea that I'm misogynistic and identify with more males because I'm asking for accountability from women from her reality in particular in this case is ridiculous to me because at the end of the day, accountability does need to be had for the lies that were told. The recording is one of several statements about lies that are the basis for the defamation claim. Milagro's lawyer, Jeremy McLemmon, cross-examined Megan for about an hour on Thursday. Will continue Friday at 8 a.m. at the federal courthouse in Miami. I have an entire article on the cross layer on Friday. Jurors on Thursday also saw the deposition clips from Lanes and his father, and they heard testimony from Milagro's former moderator who broke down sobbing as he recalled quitting amid mounting online toxicity and differences with Milagro about her direction. I'll have details in the next article. So here is Megan Cuniff on NBC News now. So here we go.
Joining us now is legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff. She's been following this trial incredibly closely, and she was in court today. Megan, what did we hear from Megan Thee Stallion in court, and what did you see in terms of just general feel of that hearing and her demeanor?
Yeah, we heard testimony about what it's been like sitting in the courtroom and hearing these vitriolic rants about her and what it was like to sit there when jurors were shown a really horrible sexually explicit video of her that, of course, is not actually her, but it was a digital alteration to make it look like her. And that's a key part of the case. And there really was just, I think, a tone of everyone kind of hanging on her every word, which is kind of how it goes in a trial when a witness testifies. But she had a real presence in the courtroom, and the jury was definitely, captivated and really interested to hear from her finally after days of testimony and hearing about these things that had happened to her.
A lot of people following this closely online have talked about the bombshells that have sort of surfaced throughout this trial. Could you take us through those? What has stood out to you as something that maybe was unexpected that happened in court, or just a nugget of information you got that hadn't been released publicly prior to this?
Yeah, I think this morning was really a dramatic moment when a man who used to work as a moderator for Milagro and her online streams, which is really common because there's so much traffic and so much chatter going on that you'll have somebody else who takes care of that and works really closely with the person who's doing the show. And this was about how he quit and really had a parting of ways with her over the tone and direction of things. And he started weeping when he talked about just how vitriolic things were. He talked about how people People were threatening to commit suicide, and he broke down and he really started sobbing. Sometimes in court, we'll see people get emotional and they're able to keep their composure and keep going. But he actually turned and had his back to the gallery and sobbed as the judge called an abrupt 5-minute recess. So I'd say that was the most dramatic moment. It's of course debatable what was the most important, but there's been a lot of testimony about, I think, a lot of stuff that's already been in the record, but this morning was quite a moment.
Wow.
You know, we often hear when people talk about defamation cases or libel cases that the burden of proof can be so high. Is that the case here, or is there a good shot that the prosecution could come out on top?
Yes, I mean, of course, the big thing is showing actual malice here. And another claim is that she intentionally inflicted emotional distress by working with Tory Lanez, the rapper who's in prison for shooting Megan. And so malice is kind of baked into the case in all the claims. And it will be a real test of the new Florida law, to the promotion of the digitally altered image, because that could set up an appeal later on. But right now, I think the jury is really just focused on the testimony that they're hearing, and they're hearing quite a reiteration of the trial and the shooting that happened. And it's, of course, Megan's lawyers' attempts to show that Lanez is guilty and that Milagro doesn't really have much to go with on the claims that she's making.
I mean, given that Florida has some new laws that could be at play here, is there any sort of recent criminal case that we could look at to say maybe there's some sort of precedent?
I'm not. It's always hard to make definitive statements about whether there's ever been a test of that law. But with it just being enacted in January 2024, I'm not sure if there's been a criminal case. But definitely, given the stakes on this and the public interest in this, I could see this being an appellate issue and something that could decide this. But it's, of course, just going to depend on what the jury does. And right now, there's still so much testimony to go through. Megan's going to be back on the stand tomorrow morning.
We know you'll be keeping an eye on it. Megan Cuniff, thank you so much, and thank you at home. That does it for us tonight. I'm Ellison. We'll see you tomorrow, but until then, stay tuned.
Yes, indeed. So basically, also too, y'all, the day ended with the opposing attorney asking about an alleged fight and how Kelsey got her injury. She said that Megan kept saying, well, I guess because of Tory then finally clicked, and she said, oh, I see where you're going, but let me make this clear. She went on to say that she's nearly 6 foot and was not fighting a 4'11" Kelsey. Then she said something that I said then she said something that he must have saw a 5'2", 5'3" slight build Tory with a do-rag mistaken for hair in the dark, finding a 4'11" Kelsey mistaken for 2 women. So there is that there, everybody. My Lord Jesus, it's just so much going on. By the way, shout out to the Docket Diva as well. La Janae is there as well. Like I said, I feel like this is going to be a guilty verdict. You know, I know that in the court of law is innocent until proven guilty, but like, come on. When you delete over 20,000 text messages, right, and you delete the WhatsApp off of your phone, right, you have to really be guilty, right? You just have to be. You just have to be. You know what I mean? So, my Lord Jesus. And like I said, Milagro's lawyer focused heavily on inconsistencies, nerve damage, testimony, past statements, assumptions about Tory feeding Milagro info, contradictions, and brand deal timelines. Well, this is the thing I would say to Milagro's, lawyer, right? You're trying to find any hole that you can because you're trying to help your client, but your client did what she did. Your client did what she did. Your client did what she did. And sincerely, it's mind-boggling to me that Milagro really thought that all this time to drag, defame, and disgrace somebody that they wasn't going to respond back. It's just crazy. And yeah, Platforms built off of hate never last. I mean, we all know what happened to Mustache Man. He got defeated. There's been many atrocities. Of course, Juneteenth. For those of you who don't know, Juneteenth is the day that the slaves in Galveston, Texas finally found out that they were free. So many other atrocities that were because of bad people eventually got handled, right? And it just goes to show what you do to others will come back to you. Sincerely. It's just quite sad. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Child, it's so sad. And so here's this here from local10.com. Right here, lawyers attack rapper Megan Thee Stallion's credibility in Miami defamation trial here. That's you can't get away with bullying and defaming people. That's what rapper Megan Thee Stallion told Local 10 News on Friday morning before taking the stand in her defamation trial against blogger Milagro Cooper in Miami federal court. The rapper, whose real name is Megan Pete, is suing Cooper, known online as Milagro Gramz, accusing her of teaming up with Canadian rapper Tory Lanez to denigrate, belittle, insult, and spread false statements about her. Lanez, whose real name is Baystar Peterson, was convicted in 2022 of palling Pete in Los Angeles inside the courtroom Friday. Pete's credibility was a major focus. Cooper's attorneys pressed her on whether she ever misled the public about the incident with Peterson. Pete maintained she told the truth during the 2021 criminal trial, but now she has been truthful in other unrelated situations. Pete also described a pornographic deepfake that Cooper urged her followers to watch, calling it embarrassing and saying that was the moment she decided to file suit. She told jurors Cooper's attacks began before the criminal trial and that she believes Peterson and his family fed Cooper information to sway public opinion and paint her as a liar. So here's this video here, everybody.
Megan Thee Stallion expected to face cross-examination today in her defamation lawsuit. So far, jurors have heard testimony from 5 different witnesses.
Local 10's Isabella Martin live in Miami near the courthouse, where we heard from Megan briefly this morning on her way in. Isabella.
We did. Well, it's been a busy and chaotic morning in court with a technical issue forcing everyone to switch courtrooms mid-testimony. But yes, I did speak with Meg Thee Stallion before she took the stand. Here's what she had to say. Megan, how are you feeling today?
I feel good. Thanks for asking.
What kind of message do you hope that this lawsuit sends?
That you not get away with bullying and defaming people.
That's what rapper Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Pete, told me
now,
this
I'm not
morning.
gonna lie, she is looking like a whole professor out here
taking
now.
a stand in her defamation
Hey,
trial
she's
against
coming
blogger
forward with the
Milagro
looks.
Cooper.
Listen,
Megan is.
We might have to have a Megan Thee Stallion, collection. You already know she's got a clothing collection and a bikini collection, but listen, we could get some power suits as a collection from Megan. Still, I don't get this 43,000 followers for Milagro Gramz, but 32.7 million followers on Instagram for Megan Thee Stallion.
Suing Cooper, known online as Milagro Gramz, accusing her of teaming up with Tory Lanez to denigrate, belittle, insult, and spread false statements about her. Lanez, Daystar Peterson, was convicted in 2022 of shooting at Megan. Inside the courtroom today, Megan's credibility was a major focus. Cooper's attorneys pressed her on whether she ever misled the public about the incident with Tory Lanez. Megan testified that Cooper's campaign against her began before the criminal trial and that she believes Tory Lanez and his family fed Cooper information and used her to sway public opinion, painting Megan as a liar. Now, Megan is done testifying for the day, and the judge made it clear she wants this case wrapped up by early next week. We'll be reporting live on Monday once that trial resumes. But for now, reporting live, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
All right, Isabella Martin, thank you so much, beautiful, for that. So the court case could wrap up as early as next week. Oh, my Lord Jesus. From NBC 6 South Florida, Megan Thee Stallion, Miami court ahead of final arguments. I just want to get over with. On Thursday, the Grammy-winning artist took to the witness stand in her civil suit against a blogger who is being accused of being a mouthpiece, a puppet, a paid surrogate. I would say a social media whore at this point for rapper Tory Lanez during and after his high-profile criminal trial. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion is in court once again on Friday as final arguments are expected to be presented in her civil lawsuit against blogger Milagro Gramz. As she walked into court, she told NBC6, "I just want to get this over with." On Thursday, the Grammy-winning artist took to the witness stand in her civil lawsuit against Gramz, who is accused of being a mouthpiece, puppet, and paid surrogate. Once again, I'm going to add to that a social media whore for rapper Tory Lanez during and after his high-profile criminal trial. She told the court that she feels defeated and struggles with mental health issues because of sexually explicit deepfake footage that Gramz has allegedly encouraged followers to watch. Gramz is accused of encouraging her thousands of followers on Twitter and Instagram to view unauthorized sexually explicit deepfake video of Megan that been circulating on social media. I feel like to this day, I feel a little like defeated, the artist testified, often sobbing while talking about the AI born bearing her image, because no matter what, no matter if the video was fake or not, Gramz wanted it to be real. Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, was convicted of powering Megan Thee Stallion in the foot after the pair left the Los Angeles bar in 2020. He's been sentenced to 10 years. Megan, whose real name is Megan Pete, accused the defendant in this civil trial of seeking to denigrate, belittle, insult, and spread false statements about Ms. Pete on her online social media platforms for no other reason than to bully, harass, and punish Ms. Pete for Mr. Peterson's conviction and to tarnish her reputation, cause emotional distress. The plaintiff said falsehoods allegedly being spread by the defendant are taking a toll. It's really embarrassing to have to look at what people don't know. Megan said, "See, in a position like that, to see me in a position like that, like I know it's not me, but to be in front of everybody else and they have to watch it is really embarrassing." Gramz, whose real name is Marco Cooper, was also accused of sharing false information about the criminal trial, including claims that the victim had really been pounded and that she had a drinking problem. The artist's lawsuit does not accuse Gramz of creating or posting the video, but suggests she willfully and maliciously promoted it to her followers by pointing them to a post that had directly shared it. And so right here, Local 10.
Every day, AI is in the spotlight. At SAP, we focus on delivering AI innovations that help you bring out the best in your business. Through AI, we help you get your work done faster by reducing time spent on manual processes and repetitive tasks. Turn your vision into reality with AI-powered finance. Explore key SAP Business AI features on the SAP Business.
What kind of message do you hope that this lawsuit sends?
That you just cannot get away with bullying and defaming people.
So there she is there with that. And then, of course, you guys already saw this, but here's the full intro here. Here we go.
Megan Thee Stallion is back in court, this time to testify against a blogger who she says has been harassing her for years since she was shot by fellow artist Tory Lanez. The rapper is suing influencer Milagro Gramz, whose real name is Milagro Cooper, for defamation, emotional distress, and this last one here for circulating an explicit deepfake video of her online. Meg Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, took jurors back to the day of that July 2020 shooting. Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, was found guilty of shooting her in the foot and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Joining us now is legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff. She's been following this trial incredibly closely, and she was in court today. Megan, what did we hear from Megan Thee Stallion in court, and what did you see in terms of just general feel of that hearing and her demeanor?
Yeah, we heard testimony about what it's been like sitting in the courtroom and hearing these vitriolic rants about her and what it was like to sit there when jurors were shown a really horrible sexually explicit video of her that, of course, is not actually her, but it was a digital alteration to make it look like her. And that's a key part of the case. And there really was just, I think, a tone of everyone kind of hanging on her every word, which is kind of how it goes in a trial when a witness testifies. But she had a real presence in the courtroom, and the jury was definitely, captivated and really interested to hear from her finally after days of testimony and hearing about these things that had happened to her.
A lot of people following this closely online have talked about the bombshells that have sort of surfaced throughout this trial. Could you take us through those? What has stood out to you as something that maybe was unexpected that happened in court, or just a nugget of information you got that hadn't been released publicly prior to this?
Yeah, I think this morning was really a dramatic moment when a man who used to work as a moderator for Milagro in her online streams, which is really common because there's so much traffic and so much chatter going on, that you'll have somebody else who takes care of that and works really closely with the person who's doing the show. And this was about how he quit and really had a parting of ways with her over the tone and direction of things. And he started weeping when he talked about just how vitriolic things were. He talked about how people were threatening to commit suicide, and he broke down and he really started sobbing. Sometimes in court, we'll see people get emotional and they're able to keep their composure and keep going. But he actually turned and had his back to the gallery and sobbed as the judge called an abrupt 5-minute recess. So I'd say that was the most dramatic moment. It's of course debatable what was the most important, but there's been a lot of testimony about, I think, a lot of stuff that's already been in the record, but this morning was quite a moment.
You know, we often hear when people talk about defamation cases or libel cases that the burden of proof can be so high. Is that the case here, or is there a good shot that the prosecution could come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the big thing is showing actual malice here. And another claim is that she intentionally inflicted emotional distress by working with Tory Lanez, the rapper who's in prison for shooting Megan. And so malice is kind of baked into the case in all the claims. And it will be a real test of the new Florida law, too, the promotion of the digitally altered image, because that could set up an appeal later on. But right now, I think the jury is really just focused on the testimony that they're hearing, and they're hearing quite a reiteration of the trial.
So there is that there. Y'all, as we are live on tour, you really never know what is going to go down while we're live on tour. And there is some breaking Bravo news. So we're still talking about Megan Thee Stallion, Milagro Gramz. But of course, as you guys know, we are the show that covers anything and everything. So give me one memento, if you would please.
The shooting that happened, and it's of course Megan's lawyers' attempts to show that Lanez is guilty and that Milagro doesn't really have much to go with on the claims that she's making against Megan.
And given that Florida has some new laws that could be at play here, is there any sort of recent criminal case that we could look at to say maybe there's some sort of precedent?
I'm not. It's always hard to know, make definitive statements about whether there's ever been a test of that law. But with it just being enacted in January 2024, I'm not sure if there's been a criminal case. But definitely, given the stakes on this and the public interest in this, I could see this being an appellate issue and something that could decide this. But it's of course just going to depend on what the jury does. And right now, there's still so much testimony to go through. Megan's going to be back on the stand tomorrow morning.
We know you'll be keeping an eye on it. Megan Cuniff, thank you so much.
So there is that there. Shout out to NBC News. Now here is some tea for y'all. Here we go from Us Weekly, rather. Mia Thorin, RHOP's Mia Thorin, sued for eviction over unpaid rent weeks before a airport arrest exclusive. Yeah. Now, we heard that it was just for trying to move out furniture, but this is more intel here. The Real Housewives of Potomac alum Mia Thorin was sued for eviction months before she was arrested for allegedly stealing furniture out of a luxury high-rise rental. US Weekly can exclusively report. I keep saying US like United States, but anyway, Us Weekly obtained a lawsuit filed by a company called Encore Management against Thorin and Jared McGriff on September 11th. The suit said Thorin, 40, and McGriff rented a property but failed to pay rent on a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,011 square foot unit located in Atlanta. Encore demanded the duo be evicted and pay the past rent due of $5,100 for September plus $6,085 per month. They remained. Encore suit also requested an additional $700 in fees. Us obtained a second eviction lawsuit filed in March 2024 against Thorne, North Carolina. A landlord claimed that she failed to pay $3,419 in rent and demanded possession of the rented property. On Wednesday, November 19th, Thorne was arrested at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport after officers responded to a call for a wanted person at the Customs and Border Protection Office related to an active warrant over alleged furniture theft. Per the police report, a rep for Encore filed a report claiming Thorne and a man named Jared McGriff rented out a unit. The landlord's rep said the duo, without notifying anyone, suddenly moved out of the unit in the middle of the night on October 28th. The rep said Thorne and McGriff also took all the furniture, which was in the unit prior to their move in, as well as the TV, which was on the wall. Now, there are some apartments, right, that when you move in, your TV is there, furniture is there, bed is there, everything is there. But then there are some apartments that they are empty, right, and you can fill it in. Okay, so yes, indeed, there. The police took Thorne into custody without incident, transported her to the Fulton County Jail, where she was put. The rep for the landlord said the furniture belonged to their client and that the tenants were not supposed to take it with them. The police said they reviewed invoices for the furniture and TV, which cost over $11,000. So here is Mia Thorne's mugshot there, right there. And then, of course, in body cam footage from Thorne's arrest, the reality star cried as she was placed in handcuffs. In the footage, Thorne claimed to police that the McGriff had a storage key. I just want him to put that furniture back. Enough is enough, she seemingly said. She also said she sent messages to her roommate to put it back. It's ridiculous, she added. Thorne has yet to post bond and is still behind bars. Thorne became a household name. That's being generous. Nobody thinks she's a household name. After becoming a cast member or RHOP in season 6, she decided to leave the show after season 9 earlier this year. With every new season comes a new beginning, and I have some news to share. Thorne said on Instagram in April, "My family and I have made the decision to relocate to Atlanta. With that, I will not be returned to the Real Housewives of Potomac next season. The past 4 seasons have been an unforgettable journey, one filled with growth, lessons, and so many incredible memories." The reality star added that, "I want to thank truly original Bravo, NBC Universal, and Andy Cohen for believing in me and giving me the space to share my story. To my castmates, thank you for the laughs, lessons, and unforgettable moments. And to the amazing fans, your love and support has meant everything to me. I will always carry that with me." So, while we are finding out that tea, this tea just dropped. Like, literally just dropped, ladies and gentlemen, right here. RHOA alumni Candy Burris and Todd Tucker split after 11 years of marriage. A difficult emotional time exclusive. This came out today at 6 p.m. So literally an hour ago. So this is breaking news, everybody. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star and her husband Todd have been married since April 2014. What you need to know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta star, now she was splitting from her husband Todd Tucker on November 21st. As today, I ask for privacy, grace, and understanding as we navigate this transition with our family. She says in a statement, "A couple wed in April 2024 and welcome 2 children together. Candy Burris and Todd Tucker are going their separate ways after 11 years of marriage. After deep thought and a lot of prayer, I've made the difficult decision to move forward with a divorce. This is a difficult, emotional time, but my focus remains on protecting my peace, being the best mother I can be, and co-parenting with love and respect." Burris tells People Magazine, People.com, an exclusive statement. "I'm stepping into a new chapter, pouring into my work, my family, and my own growth. I'm grateful to everyone who has supported us throughout the years, and I ask for privacy, grace, and understanding as we navigate this transition with our family." Burris, 49, and her husband, producer husband Tucker, 52, met while filming the 4th season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2011 and announced their engagement in January 2013. They tied the knot the following year in April. Since then, the pair have welcomed 2 children, son Ace, 9, and daughter Blaze, 5. Both also have children from previous relationships Burris' daughter, Riley, 23, and Tucker's daughter, Kayla, who's 29 years old there. In October 2022, Burris told people the secret to their happy marriage was just great communication, having fun together. We have a real understanding of each other, she said. The pair have also teamed up professionally on a variety of projects, a soul food restaurant chain in Georgia, a trucking company, and a Bravo series about family and the restaurant business are just a few of their collaborations. On November 14th, Burris was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Bravos during BravoCon 2025 in Las Vegas to thank Tucker and her acceptance speech. To Todd, thank you for surviving the blogs, the shade, the rumors, the lies, the truth, the almost fights, the actual fights, the reunions. You've earned this award too, she said. The singer-songwriter who made her Broadway debut in Chicago in 2018 and will make her Broadway return on December 11th, starring in Anne Juliet, which will run through March 8th, has since built an impressive resume as a theater producer. So there she is there on Broadway. Yes, indeed. She earned a Tony nomination for the piano lesson, which, by the way, huge. I think it was one of the biggest plays in Broadway history, I think. And produced acclaimed revivals of The Wiz, The Piano Lesson, Thoughts of the Color Man, and Last Season's Ophelio, led by Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal. Burris previously shared with People magazine that the former couple's career and mission quite aligned. We have intertwined our wants and desires, she told People. We have all these dreams, and sometimes I'll be all out the box, but it'll still be like, okay, babe, let's do it. In honor of their 8-year wedding anniversary of March 2022, the reality star shared a video montage featuring photos of her and Tucker together, set to her song "Forever Love," featuring Keith Parker. The images were captured throughout the years and included the couple smiling with their marriage license as well. As together at NASDAQ event and on the red carpet, we got that forever kind of love. Happy anniversary, my love. At Todd once it said, she captured the clip. You were the perfect man for me, and I'm a better me with you. Kissy face, almost 8 years gone, a lifetime to go. So, oh man, this is sad, man. You know, I mean, to make it to a year of marriage is huge. Here it is. Man. It's just sad. It really is, man. Because at the beginning, middle, end of the day, you know, we know these people through the prism of reality TV, but to see, you know, a black couple that has been together for that long, over a decade, to split up like this is very sad, right? I mean, they have kids, but also too, I mean, you know, when you get married, you hope that forever. No one ever goes into marriage to them. Well, you know what? I'm gonna divorce your ass in 5 years, so I'm just gonna do what I want to do for the 5, and then God bless you, you know, at the 6th year. No, most people really give a fuck. But this is very, very sad. And then right here, Tucker opted to post a photo slideshow of the couple and echoed his wife's sentiments about their everlasting romance. 8 years of blessings. God is so amazing. He makes no mistakes. We have forever kind of love. We're on the capture. Look forward to our amazing future, our lifetime of love. Happy anniversary to my amazing wife, Candy. I love you. So, very, very sad. Very, 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 very sad. Thank you, Maxine Perry. Much love to you. Hey, to some people here. Thank you all so much for being here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all you here. I'm going to turn off my camera now because we do the whole show over an hour. Yes, we have. Yes, indeed, we have. Man. Oh, man. What a sad night. What a sad night. Like I said, you really don't know what can happen in a day. You really just don't know. Truly what can happen in a day. So I send love, light, and prayers to Todd and Candy, to their kids, their family members, their friends, you know. And Mama Joyce has some dignity, distinction, some class, damn it. Hell. Good Lord Jesus. I know she's going to be feeling all types of ways, but in the same token, like, they were together for 11 years, so that is So yeah, very, 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 very sad there. So we are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all you here. We'll talk about Megan Thee Stallion, Milagro Gramz, day 5. The trial is supposed to wrap up next week. So we shall see what the verdict is. And whatever that verdict is, I will bring it to you live right here. As you all know, we cover everything else for culture. And child. Shout out to Chef Don Don. Tell me why Chef Don Don went live and said that Trina Braxton actually knew about the cease and desist. Ooh, Lord, wait till I do my Braxton's review. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Okay? Yes, so, a lot going on here. So, like I said, if you guys got any questions about anything that we talked about up to this point, feel free to ask a question in the live chat. I'll answer to the best of my ability. If you wonder what's going on, welcome in. We're talking about Megan Thee Stallion, Milagro Gramz. That trial is ongoing. The trial will resume back Monday, everybody. And of course, the trial should be wrapping up next week. And then on top of that, we just learned that Mia Thorne actually has unpaid rent. Yeah, I know. She's got unpaid rent for her condo in Atlanta. And we just found out literally an hour ago at 6 p.m. at 5:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Candy and Todd are splitting up after 11 years of marriage. So a lot going on here this evening on Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. So I just saw a girl chit chat with QT go live as well. So a lot going on here. Yeah, hopefully you guys had a wonderful day today. And you know what? I will say this. I'm glad that Candy is not on Bravo for what's going on here, because this should be done in Bravo. It should. And I know what people are going to say, well, Bray, they're on TV, so, you know, their business is our business. Nah. I'll ask you, would you want your divorce on national television? Exactly. I know for some of you would say, well, Bray, I just want to go on TV. Okay, that's a fair point, but it's the principle of the thing, right? So thankfully, Candy's not on Bravo, so they can't really, cover this. But I actually know they can't cover it on Atlanta because they just wrapped Atlanta. So, but I am sure that Candy and Todd are both getting messages from former Bravo family members and current Bravo family members. So yeah. Very, very sad, man. Very sad thing. So, so 6 people in the building with me here. 3 people now. Thank you all so much for being here. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Just relaxing. Oh, wow. They're living in separate homes as well. I just saw that from Memphis Radio as well. Wow. Separate homes, too. Good Lord Jesus. Just saw Millie Chun upload a video on it. Camera Well just went live about it. So, yeah, everybody is talking about Candy and Todd split it up. That is the news of right now. So yes, indeed. So, man, so sad. I've never been married. Hopefully we'll be married one day. And I hope that it lasts for a lifetime. I feel like for people, when they've been married for such a long time, at some point in time, you think about, your family and your friends and the wedding day, and you try to hold on to what was. But I remember something that Tamar Braxton said, I'm not the person who I was when you married me, right? And so do people have the right to evolve in their marriage? Do people have the right to have their needs evolve as well? And so you got to think about the behind the scenes of it all as well, emotionally and mentally. So, man, I'm sure, Candy is not going to speak on this at all. I think that this is the closest that she will speak on it. As y'all know, she does have her show speak on it. I'm sure she will not go on and talk about this or speak on it at all. And with Todd, I think that, Todd, he, from what I've seen, I don't really see Todd out there in the world of social media. I really don't see him making a lot of appearances in the world of media. So I think it's just going to be a, confirmed statement with his, ex-wife, and then he's going to move on. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Todd on this. So yeah. And by the way, too, Jen Shaw is getting out of jail. Shout out to Millie Chun TV. I saw that today as well. I'm like, all this is happening after BravoCon. Can y'all believe this shit? Can y'all believe this shit? Can y'all believe this shit right here? I mean, good damn. Soon as BravoCon is done, Jen Shaw is out of jail. Wendy and Eddie got 40 credit cards and aliases. Mia Thorne got arrested for moving furniture out and got unpaid rent. And Jen Shaw is getting out of jail. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Oh, man. My Lord Jesus, Anyway, 7 people in the building with me here. Thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I took a little bit of a personal day today, so I, barely made it under the collar. You know what I mean? So yeah. Hang on, y'all. So yeah, man. Very, very sad. So we're gonna take a little commercial break, and we'll be back with more Braylon's Virtual Tour Live right after this. We are live on tour. In case you wonder what's going on, you see the headline right there. RHOA alum Candy Burris and Todd Tucker split after 11 years of marriage, a difficult and emotional time. An exclusive. This just dropped at 5:59 p.m. today, just now. And then, of course, Mia Thorne has unpaid rent for her condo in Atlanta. And Jen Shaw is getting out of jail. She'll be out of jail on December 10th. So a lot going on. We'll be back right after this. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. I'm trying to get the comments so I can do the anthem. There we go. All right, we'll be back right after this.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it high. voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to the people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving y'all right back. Sorry. I'm in the middle of eating. But welcome back in, everybody. Braylon's VirtualTourLive. As you can see, the headline: Candy Burris and Todd Tucker split after 11 years of marriage, a difficult and emotional time. Breaking news has happened at 5:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah. So everybody's going live about that now. So Very, very sad. In addition to that, Mia Thorne also has unpaid rent. So as we all know, Mia Thorne tried to move out of her place that she had with a guy named, let me see the name here, child, because these people are forgettable. But anyway, let me see here. Let me see. Trying to get back to it, y'all. So Jared McGriff. So that's who she was. So that's who she was with. So Mia Thorne and Jared McGriff apparently shared a condo in Atlanta, and she did not pay rent for weeks before the theft arrest. So this just came out a day ago. So yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on for sure. So that, and then of course the trial we're talking about now. The trial is supposed to be wrapping up next week. So we will be here until the end of the trial, just like we were for the day trial. So we will be here. So yes, indeed. So, oh man. How was y'all Friday? Was it good? Hopefully you stayed warm because it is cold where I'm at. It did rain today though. I thought it was going to rain, but it did rain. So I decided to get out the house for a little bit, give myself a me day. You know what I mean? So, but yes, indeed. So 6 people in the building, 5 people now. Thank you all so much. Like I said, feel free to drop in the live chat if you have a question about anything about the trial. It is the 5th day of the Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro Gramz trial. Of course, Megan Cuniff is live from Miami. Of course, Amon Wiggins is in Miami as well. And like I said, too, it's funny because, you know, Milagro has this thing with Armand that he's this, that, and the third, but it's like, child, he's a public figure like you're a public figure. You get upset with him because he's covering you? Like, you want the world to know you, and now here you are being known. Like, are you not liking what you're receiving? Come on now. But it is what it is. Today, the former moderator of Mob Radio went on the stand. So as soon as Megan has that, as soon as Megan Cuniff has that up for you, I will read that testimony as well. So, I think it's going to be a guilty verdict, y'all. I really do. Like, it's hard to see how this could not be a guilty verdict. I mean, all the evidence is there. I mean, when you delete 20,000 messages, right, and the WhatsApp off your phone, and you're trying to contort and twist and, you know, just frankly not accept responsibility for what you've done. Yeah, you fucked up. You done fucked up. So, you know, it is what it is. So yes, indeed. So it's all good in the neighborhood. Yes, indeed. There. It's been quite a week too, y'all, in terms of content. Like I said, I feel like the dominant topic this week has been the trial. And if I go back and look at, you know, what we've done for the week. Like I said, if you don't know about HBCU Fest, that will be happening next year. Let me see. It will be happening. I know it's happening in March. I just can't remember the date right away. But it's supposed to be the biggest HBCU, you know, fundraiser. So, yes, indeed, there. So that will be happening. Let's see. March 26th, 2026. And the tickets went on sale at 10 a.m. This morning. So hopefully you got your tickets. It's going to be a good time, a jam-packed lineup for sure. There, of course, we talked about AI teddy bear that gave fetishes and violent fantasies that got shut down. Yeah, that's a real thing. Beatbox could be potentially sold for $700 million or bought for $700 million. And of course, like I said, we caught you up with everything that's happening with Bravo, Eddie and Wendy, Portia Williams, Mia Thorne as well. Our channel turned 12 years old this past week as well, which was huge. And of course, Nicki Minaj going to United Nations, which nobody asked her to do. My Lord Jesus. So yeah. By the way, tomorrow we'll be doing the Raid of Love review. Can't wait for that. Should be a good time. Myself, GG9, talking with Solana and our main man Q. We are in Detroit this season for Raid of Love, so looking forward to that. And then, of course, we'll be doing our brackets review here soon as well. So yeah. So right now we're also reviewing Potomac, and then of course Married to Medicine is coming back on the 30th. So in about a week and some change, we will be back with Married to Medicine. So we'll be reviewing that show as well. So a lot of stuff going on for sure. So yes, indeed. So yeah. Like I said, I'll stay on here with y'all until like at least 1:40 if anybody else has anything to say. And then after that, I will read the Daily Motivator and then head on out of here. But yes, indeed. So So yes, 11 people in the building. Thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, hopefully you guys are doing well. Are y'all ready for Thanksgiving next week? I got to call my mom today. I was supposed to call her today, but decided to take me just a little bit of me day because I haven't done it in a while. But I'm gonna call mom and see what we're doing for Thanksgiving, and I'm get ready for that. I know everybody's gonna be stuffed. And having the itis, so that should be fun there. And then, of course, it's the 99th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is crazy. So, literally in 2026 will be the 100th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which 100 years of one parade is just wow. So I know they're gonna have to be doing something big for that one. Some people in the building. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. Yes, indeed. We're just chillaxing. And y'all see the headline right there. Candy Burst and Todd Tucker do split after 11 years of marriage. So very, very sad. Very, very sad. Oh, Lord. Oh, and by the way, speaking of television, Ayanla's coming back to the Oprah Winfrey Network, so that's exciting. Very, very exciting there. So, don't know when it's going to premiere, but when that premieres, I definitely would not mind, reviewing that show as well, because Ayanla Fix My Life was the show on the Oprah Winfrey Network before Love and Marriage became. That was the show. Everybody watched that show. So Ayanla coming back to OWN is huge. So yeah. And it's good. It seems like OWN is taking swings to bring back some programming reminiscent of the old OWN, but also bring back some new stuff that showcases, that we can be more. I'm still waiting around for the Lady May spinoff. If y'all remember Greenleaf and that epic show with Keith David and Lynn Whitfield, they said it was supposed to be a Lady May spinoff. Where is it? because it's been too damn long for that spinoff. It should have been on TV at this point. You would accept it. I would review it. Did y'all watch Greenleaf when it was on the Oprah Winfrey Network? And who was your favorite character? I think my favorite character was probably Grace and the young lady that played Deborah Joy Winans. That was her first acting role, I believe, and she did a great job. An absolute great job. So yes, indeed. So. Mm. Yes, indeed. So. Mm. Six people in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. 5 people now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, indeed. So good stuff. Hang on, y'all. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, y'all. Yes, indeed. Hey, 10 people, welcome in. Glad to have you here. We're just chillaxing. Glad to have y'all here. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, we're just chilling. We talked about Megan Thee Stallion, Milagro Gramz trial coverage. The trial should be ending sometime next week. Like I said, when the verdict drops, I will be here live to talk about with you all. And then, of course, anything and everything else. Like I said, that is the biggest news right now. Candy Burris and Todd Tucker split after 11 years of marriage, a difficult and emotional time. So, yes, indeed. They're very, very, very sad indeed. So yeah, the Mia Thorne unpaid rent. She had weeks of unpaid rent before she did what she did with the furniture. And then, of course, as you guys know, Jen Shaw is getting out of jail. She'll be out of jail on December 10th. And I'm like, isn't it crazy that all this happened after BravoCon too? That's the real crazy thing too. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yes, indeed. So yeah. So yeah, we are almost there to 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'll probably give y'all the daily motivator at that point, and then we will head on out of here, everybody. So, but all good stuff. All good stuff. All good stuff. All good stuff here. Yes, indeed. Let me get y'all that daily motivator up. Then we will head on out of here. Here we go. Here's time for the day motivator, everybody. The price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Plato said that, everybody. Now it's time for the day motivator for Friday, November 21st, 2025. Choose courage rather. Courage is making a choice when you must, even though you have no assurance it will be the best one. Courage is speaking what is true, even when you know the truth will not be well received. Courage means being acutely aware of your fear and pushing in the direction of that fear nonetheless. Though courage is not easy, it is necessary and good. With courage, you step away from what's comfortable and towards rewards that are possible but not guaranteed. With courage, you risk pain in order to produce gain. Courage pushes you to learn, experiment, adjust, and persist. Courage gets good work done when there are multitudes that actively oppose it. Much of the richness in your life has come to you through courage, whether your own or someone else's, which with more courage going forward, more richness becomes possible. The things in life most likely to endure are built on courage. In the many times when you're confronted with the choice, choose courage. You know, I have to tell you, when I think about courage, I really do think about, so many of the people that have done mission work around the world. You know what I mean? And I think about all the hurricanes that have happened this year. I think about the wildfires. I think about all the natural disasters that have happened. And I think about, those people who got up in the middle of the night, said, I'm game to go help. To have courage to go help people that you do not know in circumstances that could also take you out is so courageous. So the first thing I would say about choose courage is, if you don't know how to have courage, look at people who do. Because sometimes being able to know that other people can have courage will encourage you to have your own. That's the first thing I will tell you. The second thing I'll tell you is courage gets good work done when there are multitudes that actively oppose it. In your life, there will be times where you will want to give up on yourself, because there will be times where it's like, okay, should I really do this? Because my soul feels like it's depleted. But what I'll tell you this is, the day you give up is the day you lose. The day you give up is the day you lose. The day you give up is the day you lose. So always remember, how you win and how you lose is always determined by how you move. So that's the second thing I'll tell you. Then finally, the last thing I'll tell you is that in the many times where you're confronted with a choice, choose courage. Now, courage doesn't mean that you do, what you need to do all at one time. Sometimes courage is taking multiple steps. So, for example, maybe if you want to do a business, maybe the first thing you do is file an LLC. Then after that, you get a logo. Then after that, you find funding. So everything doesn't have to be done in a day. Don't ever think that a dream is all done in a day. The statement that Rome wasn't built in a day, that's because it took brick by brick. Shout out to Franklin Saint from Snowfall for that quote that, things do take time. And the greatest accomplishments are the ones that the work was done behind the scenes that you will never see. So that being said, everybody, it's time for this outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you will always want a blessing. Trust, you may not be where you want to be, but at the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing. Call yourself is nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I is spend time with you. You is spend time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, rise great together. And always remember, whether you're radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or child, you're just recognizing that, hey, listen, maybe if I stay in my lane, I won't be wrapped up. Make sure the replay is not just for you to watch it, not just for you to listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. I love you, I value, I make sure I'll always remember, see what you gotta give, or see what you gotta give, or see what you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you've overcome, wherever successes you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen, as we get ready to get into Thanksgiving, make sure that you go into every house with love. Make sure you go into every house with care. Make sure you go into every house with understanding. You do not know where your family members' heads are at. You don't know where your friends' heads are at. And honestly, too, sometimes just asking, hey, how you doing? can do a world of difference. And if they do tell you, you don't have to understand everything. Just be there to listen. All right. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love is in the right back to you. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's coming, for the blessings on the way for you and me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love. That's sending it right back to you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Love you all. Bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken-ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn